Yeah. Well, I think I always say that this show is like a form of therapy in a way for me because I'm obviously a musician myself going through these issues that a lot of these other people are going through. So they're
Yeah,
telling me their issues in the episode or like things they had to overcome or challenges they faced. And I'm sitting there listening and I'm like, oh, I've dealt with the same thing. You know, in the back of my mind, I'm
yeah,
like, oh, I'm dealing with the same thing or I had to go through the same issue. And it's like you realize in those moments that you're not alone. You know what I mean? Like there's somebody else out there. There's hundreds of people
yeah,
out there, artists just like you, going through those same type of struggles. And I think the biggest thing is it allows you to build almost like a community where you can kind of help each other out through kind of hearing those issues. And then the listeners in turn will also learn a lesson because they'll be able to say the same thing. Like, oh, that person overcame this. Well, I'm at that chapter of my life right now or my journey where I'm trying to overcome that and get to that next level. And here's how they did it. Let me see if I can kind of follow that on my own path and see how to do that. So it's really like trying to educate people as well, but I just learned so much myself because I'm talking to all these people. You know, the average listener is probably not going to listen to every single episode of the podcast, obviously. They might just listen to a few episodes, but I get to experience every single one of them. So I'm, you know, hopefully every time I'm taking a little bit from each person and, you know, applying it to my own life. But it's helped me out a lot just to be able to realize that all the struggles I've dealt with and the things I've had to get through, other people are doing that every single day too. And we're all just on the grind, trying to get better, but trying to, you know, kind of improve our situation as people, but as artists as well. So that's really what I've learned the most. And like I said, that's definitely a blessing in disguise because not everybody has that ability to be able to have those moments where they can talk to that many people every single week from all
oh
over the
yeah.
world.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing, man. Like you said, especially during COVID, we learned that we can still, even though we're on lockdown, we can still connect through other people through technology. And also, don't you have like a woman appreciation type of? Is
Oh
it
yeah.
like a?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
coming up actually in March. Every March since 2022, I think is when I started it. And that actually came as a result of the podcast, believe it or not, because I was interviewing a lot of women artists and producers, and they would kind of tell me similar stories about like you know, the opportunities that they weren't able to get that other people were able to get, you know, dealing with people who didn't necessarily have the best intentions, like working with producers or working with management, kind of getting lowballed all over the place. And I was like, man, women really do have it the hardest in not just, you know, other industries, but also music too.
Oh
And
yeah. Oh yeah.
I was like, how do I kind of make something where I could give back in a way? And so I kind of came up with that because March is Women's History Month. So I was like, well, let me do something in March. It's kind of like a Women's Appreciation Month for music. So we started doing like highlighted artist posts where we would have women, whether they're producers, artists, or anyone involved in the music industry, they would come and they would kind of give like a little testimony about their experiences, what they feel could be done better in the industry overall, and then they get to highlight a charity or an organization that people can donate to. Whether it's time or money or whatever that directly benefits women in music. And I've also been able to highlight some organizations out there that do directly benefit women in music. So this year we're doing artist highlights again. We do the Spotify playlist where
Okay.
every single day in March, 31 days is a different song from a different women artist, which is really cool. And then we're also doing a project this year for Proven Knowledge. It's going to be like an album, and I'm not sure how many songs it's going to be. Right now we have about 5 songs for it. We're still working on it. And I don't know when it's going to be out, but it's going to have different women artists featured, and we're going to be donating a lot of the money to a women's based charity as well. All the streaming revenue is going to be donated over there to that women's based charity. So we're just trying to kind of expand out and figure out different ways to help and different ways to do that. And I'm thinking about also doing like a donation challenge too this year, maybe, and telling people to match the donations for a certain charity that I end up choosing as well. So I just want each year to kind of expand a little bit more, but it's cool to just be able to help out and kind of shed light in a different way on some of these issues that happen
Yeah.
and allow women to kind of be at the forefront and not really, because I think for me, it's like I'm not even at the forefront of this. I want them to be at the forefront of this and be able to share their experience and their stories. Because obviously, I can't relate to this as a man. So I'm like, I want you guys to be able to get out there and share your story more. And we try to do that a little bit through the podcast, but it's just another extension of being able to do that. And hopefully, I can keep expanding that every year into something really cool. So that's really what that's all about.